Hello. I am very sick. Well, not very, but my voice doesn't work proper. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have tea. I have tea with me. I was cleaning up and I said, damn, I forgot I took these out of the board. And if you guys don't mind, I would love to use the roller switches. If not, I actually have a set of Huskies that I lubed, but they're a long pull switch, and I thought they'd go nice in the board. But if you guys are down to let me do rollers again, well, let's jump right into it. This is the Norytek 70. Again, sorry for being sick today. This is from Nesson. They've done amazing boards. You probably know them for their isolated spacebar stuff. This is gonna sit at around 480 USD. I believe the prices vary from vendor to vendor here. And the reason being is tariffs. Some places will be higher for tariffs. I don't know if Unikeys is doing like tariffs included, but for example, I was looking into Novelkeys. Novelkeys has the tariffs already baked into the price. I'm not sure if Unikeys is shipping directly from China or it's going to ship from US or Canada. So I'm not 100% sure. But for me, when I double checked the shipping, I got, believe it or not, a cheap, well, actually not believe it or not, Unikeys has a place to ship here in Canada. Unikeys was a bit cheaper for me. So it depends. It could be cheaper for you guys to ship from another vendor. But again, prices are kind of weird for this one here because of tariffs. With that out of the way, roughly around $500. We'll just call it that because it depends on the vendor you go with. But it is a beautiful keyboard. It's an FRL TKL with this really cool like badge on the front. It's kind of like Matrix-y almost, but it has an isolated spacebar, which is really cool. Alrighty. Look at the box for this. Look at this. It kind of adds to the premium feel, no? I have yet to open it because I was waiting for you guys. Damn it, I suck at using these. Oh, whatever. Well, okay, there we go. Now we are good. Hey, that's cool. So I guess this is supposed to be for a string, so this like held together. This is a proofing version of the product. So, okay, I don't know which version I got. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. But apparently there is a V3 and a V2 sample. So I don't know what version I got, but there are some differences that I will go over with you guys. Their modified shape of the top long weight, modified engraving text, some internal changes on the V3 prototype, and then gasket hardness as well. There's also some changing of the integrated silicone foot pad. The V3, according to two people I spoke to about this, has a lot of changes that can drastically affect the way the board sounds, from what I heard. Which I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a bit of a bummer that we get to look at kind of a non-final product when there's already a V3 in existence. I'll tell you what though, probably gonna have to take everything here with a grain of salt today. So you have a box within the box. All right, so what do we have in the box here today? We have, I don't know what this is. We have a ribbon cable. We have some silicone gaskets. We have some foam. We have some, a double plate. I do like that. Okay, it's an aluminum plate today. I like the plate design here. Cool gasket areas too. I'll tell you what, I really like the unboxing experience so far. These are like premium bags too. I don't know if you guys can tell. These are like thick plastic bags. Are these stab pads already pre-installed? I kind of don't want them there. I might take them off. I don't know if I really care to have them there, but you know what? Maybe we'll leave them for today. Yeah, we'll give them a go. All right, and then we have a secondary thing here. Split PCB too. I like that. That's fun. Stab pads are hit and miss. I've had more misses with stab pads than anything. It depends on the type of stab pad. So we have minimal layouts for this because this is a fixed spacebar keyboard. You'll see why. I am not going to criticize this at all today for that reason. We do have some options for split right. We do have some options for a split backspace here. Ooh, this has some weight to it. This is nice. This in polycarbonate would be cool. I got to admit, I think I'd pay the premium for the polycarb version. Ooh, this is like, nice. So this is why, in case you guys were wondering, it has an isolated spacebar, which I actually really like. I do really like that. Yeah, the cherry lip on, well, I guess this is more of like a symmetrical cherry lip on the back and front. Look at this side profile, it's kind of fun. There's some anno mismatch, it seems. Hope that gets looked at. Actually, is it anno mismatch or is it just my lights playing tricks on me? Although there might be a slight anno mismatch. But again, this is a version 2 prototype, so... Oh, wow. Wait. Is that what this is? It's an integrated LEMO connector? I missed this part of the board. Oh, it is. I totally missed this part. Oh, wow, that's cool. It's definitely, I agree, it's a choice. It does mean you have to use this particular cable. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I love this particular choice. But it is cool. Like, it is neat to see this. So essentially, you'd be taking this cable, you align the red dot with the red dot, and you put it in. It does make it look super clean. I'll be real, there's no real benefit. If you had similar cables of the same spec, you could literally just plug, you know. The whole point of these is to have one cable sitting always behind your desk and then plugging into boards like this. I don't know if I love this for keyboard applications. All right, what else about the board though? We have this little cool dot matrix array thing over here. Here's the back of the board. Again, sort of like matrixy, but I'll be real, I like this a lot more than the matrix boards in terms of just like general aesthetic. I think this is like a toned down matrix kind of vibe. I love the exposed Torx screws over here. Those look really slick on the board. And then we have some other exposed screws that are a bit of a different color, which I think blend in nicely with the bottom here. The long feet, or I guess long feet, yeah. People might not really like that, but I mean, we'll see how the board sounds. It does say Norytek on the top as well, which again, you know, in the past I've definitely said I don't love boards that have like the same thing on both sides, but this is a fair bit smaller and I think kind of adds to the aesthetic. Then we have a big hunkin' weight on the inside. So I like the aesthetic. Right now, I'll be real with you, I love the layout because I think the isolated spacebars are so cool. I'm a little bit bummed about the LEMO connector though. It's a cool concept, but it is rather limiting for people who constantly switch their boards. It's a super pretty board. I think it's a gorgeous looking keyboard, to be honest. Believe it or not, I wouldn't get this in silver. If I had to pick a color to pick up right now, I'd probably pick up the gray, the green, or the PC. I actually don't know if I love this badge in black on the silver version. I think the other colors make more sense. This badge, for me, if this was silver, I would have liked this color more. I think it's a bit too contrasty for my liking. 7U default, I believe. And then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so standard amount of stabs here. Alrighty, let's start putting this together. Do not eat the yellow snow. Excuse me, what's going on? Did you eat some yellow snow that we're not aware of? Is there a reason why the bezel is thinner on the arrow cluster? It's because it recesses down a bit. It's not, even this, the nav cluster, all shifts down a bit. Okay, so here's the daughter board for this little matrix display thing. Then we have a pogo pin connector here. Then we have a gasket mounted point underneath where the spacebar is. And then we have our silicone gaskets that go all around the board. I'm guessing it's the thick part of the silicone pointed down, I would assume. Apparently these will be changed. I think they're going to be a different durometer or hardness of silicone. The sick voice is making this whole build way more sexy, especially with that smooth jazz. I'm glad you feel that way, brother. I'm glad you feel that way. You're making me blush. Thoughts? I don't know how to change anything on it, but I don't know if it's lagging. Again, this is not plugged into a computer, by the way. Yeah, again, I have power but no data. I don't have room for anything like to plug this in. So that's really cool. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to like move up and down this little area here. I don't have the rum. I don't have the rum either. I'm pretty sure, but like that looks really cool. Overall, like I like the way that looks. Again, I think the silver nameplate or the silver plate on this would have been a nicer touch on the silver unit. There's the LEMO connector in the back there. It looks super clean. So yeah, the nav cluster actually lines up. It doesn't look like it's 100% lined up. I feel like this should have been shifted down a bit more, but this doesn't make sense to shift down anymore. Okay, I feel like maybe this PCB on the side needs a little adjustment. It's all centered over here. on the insert to page down. But on the Aero cluster, it looks too high up, and there's nothing I can do about that. So let's see how it sounds. Obviously, this is not plugged into my computer, but these are the new roller switches. Aluminum plate, absolutely zero foam in this board. Owl Lab stabs. Ooh, I kind of like this spacebar. It's weird. Honestly, if I had to guess, I feel like there's like a piece of foam in here somewhere, but obviously that's not the case. Okay, I can tell you guys right now, I think because the spacebar has this cool, like this nice piece of foam, that's pour-on foam it sits on, we get a nice sound like right here. There's a really nice sound signature here. There is some resonance in the board. I actually think the resonance is tasteful here. I don't think this is a bad resonance, FYI, guys. The sound's good. It feels comfortable as well. It's definitely stiffer. The silicone definitely is a very stiff silicone, which I think that was one of the changes they had mentioned. I like the way that the plate and PCBs are set up, having separate things. It's a very easy installation. I think the installation of this board is so crazy easy. You unscrew some screws, it's press and feet, hot swap. You can build this in literally like 30 minutes if you rushed. What I don't like about this board though, believe it or not, and I think this is going to be perspective, or I guess preference based, I'm not a big fan of this. We mentioned earlier that it would be nice for them to include some sort of Limo USB adapter. But like for me, I can't actually plug this into my setup without having this reroute it in all my cables. I know that I'm a one-off case here, but I feel like a lot of people might do the same thing. You know, they have a nice office setup or desk setup and they don't have extra USB-C ports where they have to use a dedicated cable for this keyboard. That's also true. If this cable ends up breaking, you have to get another specialty cable. So again, I'm not a big fan. I love the way this looks. Like this looks clean as hell having this cable here. Sorry, it just fell. That looks so good on the board. Practicality wise though, not as fun. Also raises the price of the board. There is some slight anno mismatch on this unit, but apparently that will be corrected for the final units. But just to give you guys the heads up, I did see, and it's pretty obvious that there's some anno mismatch. More obvious here on the back where everything's kind of flush. The other thing I'm not a big fan of is these long feet. I wish the feet weren't these really long feet. I think we've kind of seen now that these feet tend to make keyboards sound a bit thuddy. No, it's not really the case here, but I would have loved to see how this sounds with like... You can kind of hear the difference. I think normal feet on this, or just not long feet, would have made me like this a lot more. But it is what it is. And then my last and final complaint, which I think means a lot to me, is I don't like the alignment of these arrow keys. This is fine. Again, this is all one piece. This little square is one piece. I do not like how there's such a large gap here versus the rest of the board. It makes no sense because nothing else has that large gap, and it is very noticeable. If the V3 sounds better or worse, take this with a huge grain of salt. But I don't know. Like, is this worth your money? All right, though, guys. That's pretty much the stream. I need some sleep. I'm also probably going to take another shower because I feel like crap. Have a good one, guys. Love you. Please stay safe. And thank you for being here the whole entire year. Bye-bye. Love you.